Hello and welcome. Alan Plum here again with a little more from Shed Engineering. Just a quickie, I'm getting ready to go away tomorrow down to the Beecher's Garden Railway owned by Adrian Shooter to have a look at the number 19 Darjeeling locomotive, and I just wanted to make a lens hood. The weather doesn't look very promising, and I can well imagine that it's going to be throwing it down with rain, and so the lens hood will just hopefully stop a bit of rain getting onto the lens. And I didn't need to make a bit of a muff to try and reduce any wind noise, because that's everybody's problem as well. So all we're doing is I've just cut a circle of card. I've had a couple of experiments to try and find the right size, and that is just coming around. I've made it a bit longer than this, so I've got a much bigger overlap, so it's double in places. I'm just gluing it with cheap PVA, and that is what we've ended up with. Right, that's just had one coat of blackboard paint, spray blackboard paint at the moment, and luckily on this camera, if you can possibly see, is that round the edge here, round the bezel of the lens, then I've got quite a nice straight bezel for the hood to fit onto. And so there you can see I've fitted the lens hood. Obviously make sure that it's at a correct angle, not to be intruding on the picture, but I'm just going to give that another couple of coats of paint, and then I'm going to try and make some kind of sound muff to cover the microphone. Right, on the Panasonic HC W570, the microphone is round the bottom of the lens bezel. Now it's difficult to show because this is through two mirrors and it's having a job to focus, but where I'm pointing just there, I've stuck a little bit of white card on to try and demonstrate where the microphone actually is. And here I've got a little strip cut off a sheepskin rug, and my intention is to glue that around the lens hood, and hopefully that will wrap around, and all the long fibres will go up against the microphone around the bottom of the lens. Here you can see the little strip of sheepskin rug. I've combed all the fibres to get any loose fibres out, and the idea is that will glue around the bottom of the lens hood, and when that goes up against the microphone, it's difficult to actually demonstrate, but if my hand is the microphone, then as the lens cap goes onto the camera, then all them fibres will wrap around and cover all the little holes, and then we'll have to see in filming different events just how successful that turns out to be. So there we have the finished lens hood with the sheepskin fur microphone muff glued on, and perhaps just to try and demonstrate, if this was the camera body, the microphone is arranged with little holes under the lens bezel, and if this represents the lens, then I'm hoping that as the lens cap is put on, as you can see, the fibres of the sheepskin will completely wrap around the microphone. And hopefully that'll cut down any nasty wind noise. So there we go, cheap and cheerful. Now we need to see whether it works or not. And this is just a quick sound check with the microphone muff fitted around the microphone. And another quick sound check outside. If I'm pointing the camera at 12 o'clock, we've got strong sunlight at 1 o'clock. And another quick sound check, again shooting low down with the sun coming in at 1 o'clock. So there we go, cheap and cheerful, but it seems to be quite robust. And I'm pleased about the amount or thickness of fur that I've got over the holes of the mic. Now there is a symbol or a warning symbol that comes on the camera screen if there is any wind noise affecting the mic, but to be quite honest, it's a bit pointless as it does nothing to cut down the noise. So let's wait and see, and let's hope it's successful. And I also say that I'm not receiving notifications like I used to. They're very hit and miss for some reason, and that's very frustrating not to be able to get a notification of your favourite subscribers when they put a video up, and also very frustrating if somebody's commented and you can't reply. It's alright trying to keep an eye on a recent video, but to go through all past videos and try and check for comments is just out of the question. So my sincere apologies for any lack of response. So that'll do for now. I hope you found something of interest, and as always, many thanks for watching.